Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Vinny, and I know it's been a while. I'm doing okay. I hope everyone else out there is doing okay with this crazy coronavirus. But obviously I had a lot of free time on my hand. I've been wanting to make a YouTube video, but I'm like, man, I can't go outside. I don't know what to do. All I've been doing, honestly, has been playing video games and sleeping, if I'm going to be completely honest with all of you guys. But so I had to make it up to you guys by making a video, and I thought some of you were probably wanting to know more a little bit about me personally, besides me interviewing bands or me just making all different types of videos over the years. So if you guys don't know me personally, I used to play hockey when I was a kid, and I fell in love with the sport. I had an amazing hockey coach and mentor who kind of introduced me to the sport, and I kind of was hooked on and been hooked on hockey ever since, obviously. And I thought it would be cool for maybe the next 2 or 3 videos that I post here on YouTube and over to my other social media pages, a little bit more about how obsessed with the game of hockey that I really am. For a long time, like one of my childhood goals was to have like a man cave, and for the last few years it's been still a work in progress. But for me to do that, I wanted this locker room feel where you have like a row of hockey jerseys. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to show you guys my hockey jersey collection. And I don't know, like, to me, I think I have a lot, but once you start collecting something, you realize that you could never have enough. I just want to give you guys a disclosure. First of all, I am a New Jersey Devils fan, but over the years, um, Devils were always number one, and you always have those secondary, um, you know, teams that you kind of like, just because maybe of the logo or maybe a certain player stands out to you. Um, so I want you guys to comment below. What is your favorite sports team? What is your, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, or hockey, what is your favorite team? I kind of just want to see what's out there. And maybe also you can add to that comment by saying, do you own a jersey from your favorite team, or is it something you always wanted? Whether you're a grown adult or whether you're a chick and you're like, man, I just steal my boyfriend's jerseys, or I really want a certain player. Like, I always wanted a Gretzky or a Gordie Howe jersey just because they are who they are. They are the legends in hockey. But of course, you look up how much their jerseys are, and you're going, whoa, I mean, I think I was looking up a Gordie Howe jersey the other day, and it was like in the thousands, and I'm like, now for my Devil fellow fans out there, you're probably going to hate me for just a few minutes, because I do have a couple jerseys from our rivalry team, and I'll explain why I have them in a brief minute, before I get started. So first of all, I love New York. New York's dear to my heart, and growing up in the night, oh gosh, I didn't even look this up. I'm trying to remember on the top of my head, but I want to say 1990. Man, was it 94 to 99? There was a hockey player by the name of Darren Langdon, and I share the same last name. So when I was a kid, I was like, dude, Darren Langdon's my favorite hockey player, because he was like in the movie Mystery, and he drops the gloves and he gets into a fight, and he was, basically an NHL enforcer. And also he was a great, physical player for, no matter what team. He was on the Montreal Canadiens for a short time. He did play for the New Jersey Devils, one of his last teams before retiring. He played for the Carolina Hurricanes, and whatever team he was on, I was like rooting for. I was like, yeah, I hope he wins. I hope he scores a goal. And those were good times. So that's reason number one I have a New York Ranger jersey, is because I share that Langdon connection there between 1998 and 2001. the New York Rangers came out with a special edition jersey that they wore as their third alternative jerseys, and they wore these jerseys with the Statue of Liberty on it. And I was like, those are the coolest jerseys ever. And I always wanted one, ever since I was like 8, 9 years old playing hockey myself. But they were so hard to find because number one, I lived in California then, and number two, they were very expensive because they were the third alternate jerseys. Therefore, about a year or 2 years ago, I decided, duh, let me go on eBay. Now on eBay, there's a cool trick I do where I do like type in what I want and then do like the lowest price to the highest. So I find the lowest price and I found this jersey and it was autographed by the 2014 New York Rangers. Now I don't know which players, so I got this for dirt cheap for like under 30 bucks. And I was like, it's a kid's jersey and it's autographed. So they probably were, went to the New York Rangers training facility or they went to like a hockey camp and they went to a game and after the game they got, signatures. So let me show you guys this really cool jersey here. Boom. All right. So yes, it's a Ranger jersey, but even more cool, it's signed, even though you can't read any of the signatures. But I was told it was the 2013, 2014, some of the Rangers. So if anybody can make out any of those signatures, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that's my Ranger kid autographed jersey. Pretty cool, right? Now, I did mention I played hockey when I was a wee child, and I still skate today. I'm still good, thank God. And it's like riding a bike. You never forget it. It's like you just get on those pedals and you just start going. Just like with hockey, you take one foot on the ice and boom, you're off like Rocket Richard. And I still kept these jerseys, and I'm so glad I did because there was a part of my life where I was like, psh, I don't play hockey anymore. I don't need them jerseys. But you know what? These are like the best souvenirs ever. I'll hold on to and pass them down to my kids someday. So this was my kid's jersey. We were the Vacaville Vipers, and I loved it because the colors were red and black, just like the New Jersey Devils. However, Vipers, I was kind of like, I don't want to be on a team named after snakes. Like, that's kind of like cheesy and lame. But anyways, I played on the team for 3 years. I played center. And then when I would get into it with this other kid who was like, I want to play center. And I'm like, then you go be on the second or third or fourth line because I'm the starting center dude. And then occasionally I would have to give up and play right wing. I played goalie one game and I hated it. I hated it. It gave me so much anxiety. If I knew what anxiety was at that young age, I was like, oh no, the puck's coming. Oh no, the puck's coming. Oh no, the puck's coming. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't shoot it, don't shoot it. Ah. And you always remember your first hat trick. I remember mine. I was disappointed because nobody threw hats on the ice. But it was cool because we were playing against this team called the Berkeley Bulldogs in Berkeley, California. And it was so intimidating because everyone told me, oh, this team's so good. And I score a hat trick, like 3 goals within like 2-3 minutes. I win the face-off. I put the puck between the dude's legs. I make a left little sharp hook and I go around the kid and I skate and I'm going and I just slide it in just like ease. And then the goalie, I remember his face was so red and he was like all blotchy and just sweating like, oh man. Here was the away team. So every year in Santa Rosa, California, they have this event called the Snoopy's World Hockey Tournament for seniors. And basically, it's open to any hockey player, I believe, over the age of 40 who, whether they played college hockey, they played in the National Hockey League, they played in the Olympics, they are a Hockey Hall of Fame player, whoever, as long as they can get there and sign up and they pay a fee, they can join to be on the Snoopy World Hockey Tournament team. And in Santa Rosa, California, they also sell these jerseys as well with Snoopy because Charles Schultz, started the ice rink, and Snoopy, of course, everybody knows. Well, there was, a bunch of comics, a bunch of funnies where Snoopy was ice skating and played hockey. So this is a very important jersey to me because when I played hockey, every summer I would go to Santa Rosa and I would watch my hockey coach play. I met dozens of old NHL players, some Hall of Fame players. I met Red Berenson. I got to interview him like a few years ago. Well, like 6 years ago now. Time's flying. But yeah, so Snoopy, this is my Snoopy hockey jersey. I love it. So being Irish, I had to find an Irish hockey jersey I could wear on St. Patrick's Day, and the Brooklyn Cyclones baseball team. I don't even watch baseball, but maybe you guys know the Brooklyn Cyclones. It's the New York Mets' like minor league affiliate team. They came out with this cool jersey. So this one is another vintage New York Ranger jersey. And I do like this one. And you guys could check that out there. I love it in the sleeve there. It says, oh, the 1926. Yeah, so this one is very cool. I like it because, it's got the vintage, the string here you can tie up instead of the new style. I'm not really a Los Angeles Kings fan at all by any means. I mean, there's never been a time where I was like, yeah, I consider myself a little bit of a Kings fan, but not really. But I mean, this was purple, and just because it's the iconic LA Kings, I had to get this nice purple jersey. This was my dad's hockey jersey, and he played on a men's hockey league, and they were the Pepsi team, sponsored by Pepsi. So it's pretty cool because I don't think you'll ever find a jersey like this. This is so rare. Red, white, and blue, American, proud. But yeah, next jersey I got here is no other than Daniel Sedin. This was one of the, I think this was the second jersey, only the second jersey I have that actually has someone's name on it. But the reason why I got the Vancouver Canucks jersey is because I just love, like, the whale, the killer whale, the logo. It's nice. And then, of course, when I got this jersey, of course, guess who retires? Daniel Sedin. The numbers look clean. I mean, Vancouver's got a really cool jersey. All right, here we go, guys. I had to pull this one on you. So, New Jersey Devils, this jersey, I know it was purchased like in 1999, 2000. And, yeah, CCM brand. Look at that, going way back to the 2000s. And, yeah, no name on it. This was actually like my dad's jersey, and throughout the whole family, we kind of, are like, when we go to a game, it's like, all right, I'll wear this one, you wear that one. So I had a Scott Stevens and a Martin Brodeur jersey when I was a kid, and it was like one of those starter brand ones where it was just like ironed on, or not ironed on, but had that material, like the vinyl, where it could just like peel off. And I wore that to school like every day when I was a kid, especially that's when like the Devils won the Stanley Cup, so it was like, oh yeah, Stanley Cup champion, woo. I don't know, I've been impressed with Carolina the last couple years, but I do just like their jersey, their style of it. It's different. This little design down here is really, it's just different, it's different. You don't see that on every team. And of course the Hurricanes, Um, you know, their logo is just kind of cool. And again, with the red, my favorite color, you got the red, you got the black, you got the white. It just, it's cool. This silver, I don't really care for. It reminds me of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Like, they got that gold shit. That's stupid. I like the colors. I went to a Bridgeport Tigers game, which is the AHL um, New York Islanders team. So I wore this at the game, and I felt fit right in, and it was nice. A winter classic heritage jersey. Woo! I love the outdoor classic games. They need to have more of them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ugly jersey. I say ugly, but I mean, I want to actually just call this one a sweater because this reminds me of the vintage hockey of like the Canadians and the Red Wings jersey from like back in the early days of hockey in the early 1900s. But this is the Calgary Flames jersey. Team captain Jerome Iginla, who was a phenomenal skater. He was such a great puck handler. So my sister had this team's jersey, and I kind of stole it from her for a while, like a long time. So I finally gave her back her jersey, and then I bought myself a Red Wings jersey. Now it's just a practice jersey, so it's not like, you know, the whole like shebang bang like official. But you know what? I don't know, it's got that vinyl stuff on there, so it could peel off after a few washes, unfortunately. But yeah, no name on the back. Maybe I'll get I don't know, Ted Lindsay or Gordie Howe like I always wanted. Get a Gordie Howe's name on the back of it, stitch number 9 on there. Be good to go. I mean, so many great Red Wing players. Brian Rafalski, he was one of my favorites. I loved Martin Lapointe. He would get into fights. Man, that dude was so cool. I always thought he was like the coolest when I was a kid. I had like Red Wings games on TV. I'm watching it because they were so physical. They'd always drop the gloves and just be like boom, 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 and you're like, yeah. If I had plexiglass in my like living room while I was watching hockey, I'd be banging on the TV like, yeah. And you had the Konstantinov and the Festov and all those guys, you know, all those Russians, Sergei Fedorov. You had all of them, and they were cool. They were icons, you know. They were the Evgeny Malkin and the T.J. Oshie and the Alex Ovechkin, and they were the Sidney Crosby of that time period of the 1997 to 2000. It was just like, man, what a great year for hockey, right? This one is, of course, the adult version of what the jersey I first showed you that had all the signatures on the Ranger jersey. But this one I had to get. And not just because I mean, I'm not really a Ranger fan today, but just because of the icons who played for the Rangers in the 90s. You had Brian Leetch. You had, I mean, you had Gretzky. You had Mike Richter. I mean, who didn't like Mike Richter? He was so cool, man. My sister bought this for me, and I'm keeping it for the rest of my life, man. And yeah, I've always been a Devils fan since I was a wee little child. I couldn't even give you a time frame, a date or a time. I just know I was there for the 95 Stanley Cup champions. Well, I wasn't at the game, but, you know, I definitely celebrated it. And, you know, Marty Brodeur. I met Ken Danico. Look, see that picture up there? That's Ken Danico. I met him a few times. Such a cool dude. Down to earth. And Marty Brodeur, I saw him at a statue ceremony. I got to videotape that, which was a really awesome experience. Marty looked at my camera and he gives me this wink, and I was like, oh, dude, Martin Brodeur just looked at my camera. Like, so cool, man. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys around, alright? Take care, be safe, God bless.